Hey, Rita, are you there? I have something extremely important to talk to you about. Is now a good time?
Good evening, Victoria. Is this about my husband, Bartholomew, by any chance?
Huh?
He's at your house right now, right? Or rather, you pretty much abducted him and dragged him there in broad daylight. You've got some serious nerve to get involved with the husband of one of your mom's friends. You were plotting to get your claws into my husband while chatting to me with your phony friendliness outside the kindergarten this whole time, weren't you?
Ah, I see. So, basically, you already know about mine and Bartholomew's passionate and undying love for each other?
Passionate and undying love? I think you mean your act of shameless betrayal and infidelity. Hearing you try to paint something so base and disgusting as something beautiful and pure is super creepy and genuinely makes me want to vomit. So I'd appreciate if you could refrain from doing that. At least while talking to me. Are we clear? Great.
Oh my god, you're horrible. I can't believe you're profaning our love with your bitter, hateful words. Just because you're Bartholomew's wife doesn't give you license to say whatever you want to me, you know. You might be upset with me, but I'm still a human being. I'll never forgive you for this.
Why the hell would I care if you forgive me or not? Give me a break. No matter how much you dress up your words, no matter how harmless and innocent you try to make what you're doing sound, the bottom line is that you're engaged in an affair with a married man, and you should be ashamed with yourself. You're nothing but a cheap, two-bit cheater. You can say what you like, but you can't deny the fact that you're a dirty, low-life scumbag with no morals.
It's only normal you'd be upset after what happened, Rita. But you should know that me and Bartholomew are very, very serious about each other. It's just like they say, you don't choose who you catch feelings for, right? For all I care, you can get so angry and worked up that you turn bright red and steam starts coming out of your ears. But will it change anything? No. Me and your husband fell for each other, and that's that.
Whatever. Will you at least send him back here to me for now? We can't discuss where we go from here if he's hanging around your place all day.
Does that mean you're going to discuss divorce with him? Yippee!
Now hold your horses, Victoria. First of all, whether we divorce or not depends on how Bartholomew responds to the cat being dragged out of the bag. Besides, we have our daughter to think about too.
Woohoo! So it's decided then. Divorce, divorce, divorce. Yay! Yeah!
If thinking that makes you happy, then be my guest, sweetie. Anyway, will you send him back now? We'll be stuck in a stalemate forever if you don't.
I suppose you do have a point. Okay, I think I can just about tolerate not being with my stallion for a little while, if it means getting him all to myself for eternity afterwards. Just don't go forgetting Bartholomew's heart belongs to me. Me and only me. Rita, do you have any idea how lonely I was all alone without my Bartholomew last night? I very kindly let you have him back for a little while, so I think you at least owe it to me to get these discussions out of the way promptly, so I can have him back as soon as possible. It might be a bitter pill to swallow, but it's about time you accepted the fact he no longer has any feelings for you whatsoever, and his heart belongs to me now. If you do anything to tear us apart, I'll never forgive you.
Bartholomew, where the hell are you? Can we just stop this crap already? I get that you got scared and escaped in a panic when you heard I found out about the affair. But this has been dragging on for way too long now. It's been 4 damn days already. How long do you intend on playing these stupid games for? Victoria said you're not at her place. You do know that you'll still be paying me for compensation whether we divorce or not, right? There's no way you're getting off the hook here. So why not just be a man about it and face the consequences of your actions? If you keep running away and ignoring me, I'll get my lawyer to charge you for even more compensation. Is that what you want?
No, please. Gah, just give me a break already, woman.
Wow, you finally replied. So you are still alive. Well, where are you right now?
Well, I'm staying in a business hotel near the station by 5th Street.
Wow. Have you been staying there these whole last 3 days?
Yes.
And who's paying for your stay?
You are.
For God's sake, Bartholomew, you're unreal. Don't think you're getting any freebies out of me. I'll be adding every cent of what you spent on my credit card into the compensation.
No, please don't do that. I'm already struggling enough as it is. Oh my god.
If you're so worried about the compensation, I suggest you don't want anyone with half a brain would do. And hurry the heck up and get your ass back home, now.
Rita,
Save it. I don't want to hear it here. You can say anything you need to say to me when you come home. I want you back at this house within the hour. Do I make myself clear?
Okay.
Victoria, there's something I need to confirm with you.
Oh well, would you look at who it is? Do you have some good news for me, sweetie? Have you finally decided to divorce?
To be honest, that is most likely the direction things will be moving in. But before we discuss that, I've been doing a little independent investigation. You know, about yours and my husband's relationship. There are a few things that just didn't sit right with me after he confessed everything. To be more specific, I've been doing some digging about you, Victoria. I'd like to make sure there are no contradictions or discrepancies between what you tell me and what I found out. Would you mind answering some questions for me over messages while I take notes?
Sure thing, sweetie. Knock yourself out. Where shall we start?
First of all, I found out that you have a husband, and he's currently out of state on a temporary work placement. You're still not divorced, are you?
Huh? Well, yes. That's right. But don't worry, I intend on divorcing him as soon as me and Bartholomew get the go-ahead to tie the knot.
How long have you been seeing my husband?
I think it's been around a half a year now. That's when Bartholomew started dropping off and collecting your daughter from kindergarten, right? It was around that time that we started running into each other. And before we knew it, we'd fallen madly in love with one another.
It didn't just stop at kindergarten, did it? I know he was visiting your house from pretty early on, too. Where was your son when my husband was there?
I left him with my parents. They live on 6th Street and love watching over little Tommy. You see, my mother-in-law has always been a hard-faced old bat with me, but she spoils Tommy like it's no one's business. She's probably lonely with her son being out of state for work. Because she always jumps at the opportunity whenever I ask her to babysit. I almost feel like I'm the one doing her the favor. She's been a lifesaver when it comes to arranging steamy fun time with your husband.
I guess I'm at least relieved you haven't been exposing your son to your depraved behavior. Every cloud has a silver lining and all that. But I can't help but feel bad for your mother-in-law.
Huh? Why on earth? She doesn't need your sympathy.
Why not? You're using her as a tool to enable an affair with another woman's husband.
Don't be ridiculous, Rita. It wasn't like that at all. Actually, I planned this out so that everyone would benefit in the end. Listen to me. Everything I've done has been carefully contrived to ensure that when I marry Bartholomew and divorce my husband, he gets full custody of Tommy. Think about it. I never have to worry about looking after him again, and the boy gets to be with his favorite side of the family. Everyone wins. It might seem strange to you, but this is my way of showing Tommy I love him.
That's so messed up. I don't even know where to start. So it's fair to say you plan on fully abandoning your custodial rights to your son then?
Yes, exactly. Me and Bartholomew plan on having lots of children of our own one day. The last thing I need is a leftover kid from my last marriage getting in the way of our happiness, you know?
I see. All right, I understood. Thank you for your honesty. There don't seem to be any contradictions here.
I told you, didn't I? Me and Bartholomew are in love, and that's all there is to it. In his eyes, I see the stars above. My heart beats for him, my dearest dove. Oh, I can't wait for us to start our new lives together.
You can keep your creepy, vomit-inducing love poems to yourself, thanks. To be honest, I could care less about how you feel for each other. The only reason we're having this conversation is so we can reach a settlement on the affair, and I can put all this crap behind me.
Oh, stop it, Rita. Why do you have to be so salty and bitter about all this? I'm trying to work with you on here. There are no hard feelings, you know. He just chose me over you. That's all. I don't see why there's any need for all this hostility. Me and Bartholomew are...
I don't want to hear it. We'll never agree on this, so let's just agree to disagree and save ourselves a bunch of unnecessary trouble. To be honest, you're kind of annoying.
And you're a big, horrible meanie.
Anyway, you'll be receiving a visit from my lawyer over the coming days.
Huh? Your lawyer?
Yep, my lawyer. I figured it'd make more sense to leave the compensation to a professional, even if it is going to be a little costly. In the end, I can take his fees out of the compensation anyway.
I suppose that makes sense. In any case, I'm not worried about the compensation. I have a feeling that a certain someone will take care of it all, my share included. I think you probably know who I mean.
Is that so? Interesting. Anyway, I just had that certain someone sign the divorce papers and booted him out of the house.
Huh? Wait a second. What?
It's your turn to take him in now. Good luck.
Hang on. I don't even... Wait. Surely you should be the one being booted out.
Of my own house? Don't be ridiculous.
The house belongs to you? I see. Actually, you know what? It's fine. Whatever. Bartholomew will be mine forever and ever from here on out. So what do I care if we have to let go of a poxy little house?
Goodbye, Victoria.
Hey, Rita. Thanks a bunch for finally divorcing my man. You're a star. Bartholomew just got done paying my share of the compensation. Not only that, but he also agreed to pay child support for Tommy when my ex-husband won full custody of him. In just 100 days' time, me and my hunky stallion will be officially married. Oh, I can't wait. Rita, I finally got my knight in shining armor. This is every girl's dream. Toodles, sweetie pie. Hello, Victoria. I have the most amazing news. Me and Bartholomew officially got married today. Sure, we might have been officially together for a whole 3 months now, but I must say, there's something truly magical about having that ring on your finger. We're so happy. It's like a dream, a fairy tale.
Did you really go out of your way to unblock me just to brag about getting married? That's kind of sad. I guess I may as well ask you if this is you unblocking me.
What? Oh, this should be good. Go on, sweetie. What is it? What is it?
Where are you guys living these days?
In the same apartment I've always lived in. My ex-husband took Tommy to live with his parents, so I stayed and carried on living here as normal.
Wow, you stayed there?
Yep, and this is where things get really good. Now, me and Bartholomew can finally start our married life, full of joy, romance, love, and passion. We both got disowned by our parents and told never to contact them again. But I guess it's a small price to pay for a true love as special as ours. It's kind of romantic when you think about it, right? The love that overcame all adversity. They should make a movie about us.
Damn, well, this is awkward. Victoria, there's something you should know. Your ex-husband told me this when they took Tommy to live with his folks after the divorce. But that apartment is being rented in his name. And you have a deadline to be out at the end of this month.
Huh? What?
Did you change the name on the tenancy or something?
The name on the tenancy? Wait a second. I don't think we went through any procedures or anything. I just kind of carried on living here.
If you don't know the details, wouldn't contacting the landlord and asking him be the intelligent thing to do? You know, since your entire living situation depends on it.
Oh no, we have to be out by the end of the month? This just won't do. I have to tell Bartholomew about this, and we need to find somewhere else to live. But really, this is exciting. You know, it's not every day a girl gets to move into a new apartment with her new husband. I know. I'll flutter my eyelashes and get him to buy us one of those new luxury high-rise apartments near 8th Street, with the view overlooking the bay.
Sure. Go ahead, Pumpkin. You're free to do whatever you like. Oh, there was one more thing I wanted to mention.
What is it?
What exactly did you have your sights on when you got your claws into my ex-husband?
Huh? No. It wasn't like that at all. He might make $150K a year, but that's not important to me. I just wanted to marry my darling so we could be together forever.
Huh? $150,000 a year?
When two people are madly in love like we are, money is insignificant. The fact that he makes $150,000 a year is just an added bonus to our love. Or rather, it just so happens that the man I fell for is also filthy stinking rich.
Victoria? I'm the one who makes $150,000 a year.
What?
I did think you seemed a little confused about some things, but I had no idea you'd make a misunderstanding of such epic proportions.
Wait a second. What are you talking about? No way! This can't be. You work a regular part-time job, right? How could you possibly make that much money?
Sure, I do work part-time on the register at a supermarket. But my family runs a lucrative real estate business with properties extending across the whole country and with offices abroad. I help out with the management of the estate branch.
A real estate business? And what's Bartholomew's role at the company?
He doesn't have anything to do with it. Not only that, but he's pretty much unemployed right now.
Unemployed?
The company he'd been working for these last 10 years went bankrupt after a whistleblower blew the lid on some shady borrowing practices 10 months ago. What with the way the world's been going recently, he said he wanted to use his redundancy as an opportunity to get into working from home as a freelancer. The early days were always bound to be rough. Everyone knows it takes time to establish reliable contracts as a freelancer, so I never expected him to start raking in the big bucks immediately. Fortunately, I made more than enough with my real estate work, so support us both. We'd agree he'd increase his share of the housework and looking after our daughter in return for me supporting him while he looked for work. Things went great at first, but then he met you and started having an affair. And to make matters worse, he started using the time he should have been putting towards looking for work to meet up with you in secret. As a result, he continued to contribute precisely nothing to the family finances for several months on end.
Oh my God, no way. You mean Bartholomew still doesn't have a job?
I don't know for sure, but surely if he lives with you, you'd know if he was working. Since he's supposed to be working from home and all.
Oh my God, but I never seen him do anything that looks like work. This can't be. So what about my share of your compensation? What about the child support payments to my ex-husband? How did he pay for all of that?
I have no idea how he came up with the compensation, or how he continues to keep up with the child support payments. But there is one thing I'm confident about. He's up to his ears in debt.
Debt?
Which is why I have a feeling you guys are going to be in serious trouble if you don't both start working soon.
You mean he lied to me about making $150,000 a year?
I can't categorically state that he was lying.
Why not?
Just before we divorced, I asked him if you ever asked him about his salary, or whether he ever told you anything about how much money he makes. And sure enough, he told me you asked him how much he brings in per year just before you started the affair.
Yes, that's right. He told me he was making $150,000 a year.
You see, the figure he gave you was actually his household income.
Household income?
This was just after he lost his job at the company and was still trying to get established as a freelancer working from home, which meant he was barely making anything. Naturally, he was never going to admit that to you, so he probably felt like he had no chance but to answer with our household income. But that's not important to you, right? You truly love each other, so whether he has money or not is of no importance, right?
Oh my God.
Your love for him is so pure that you'll accept him regardless of his financial situation, I'm sure.
So not only does he have no money, but he's also unemployed and up to his ears in debt? I can't believe this is happening to me.
And good luck with paying off his debt as a couple.
No way. This all has to be some kind of sick joke, right? No!
I can't believe Victoria actually thought Bartholomew made $150,000 a year. It's both tragic and hilarious in equal measure. Something tells me him paying her share of the compensation and covering the child support payments to her ex-husband were instrumental in pulling the wool over her eyes. But later on, after doing some asking around, I found out he got a hold of that money by going into debt with his friend, who was a successful stock market trader. Apparently, Victoria tried to lure his affluent friend into bed when she found out about his riches. But unlike Bartholomew, his friend had a sense of honor and dealt with the shameless gold digger in seconds. Naturally, he told Bartholomew about what his wife had tried to do behind his back, and before long, the two of them got a divorce. Apparently, Bartholomew demanded she pay him back every cent of what he paid to cover her share of the compensation and child support as one of his conditions for the divorce, resulting in Victoria ending up in tens of thousands of dollars in debt. Hilariously, she begged her ex-husband to take her back in desperation, and Bartholomew pleaded with me to give him a second chance. But of course, we both refused. Both of them got disowned by their parents, too. Last I heard, they're both working like dogs while living in rundown, cockroach-infested apartments in soul-crushing isolation to keep up with their debt repayments.
Hey, sweetie, did you get off work yet?
I'm in the middle of a work social, so don't bother waiting up for me.
Frank, I told you that you need to come home early today. And this is absolutely no time for you to be drinking right now. Please think about taking better care of your health.
Oh, please, save me the big lecture tonight. You think that I came to the work social because I wanted to come? Do you even know what it's like for a working man struggling to make it in a company when you're sitting around at home all day? Sometimes you have to come to these work dinners even if you don't want to if you want to survive in the company. How many times do I have to tell you that it's not an exaggeration when I say that attending company dinners is a natural extension of my work?
But I told you that I have something important to tell you today.
What is it that you have to tell me? Say it right away and don't stall like that, alright?
It's not something that I can tell you by texting. It's something that I have to tell you face to face.
Oh my god, just say it now. I know it's not going to be a big deal anyway, so don't waste any more time and just tell me quickly.
Okay, well, the results from the health checkup came back, and the results are not very good.
What do you mean the results are not very good? Just make it clear so that I can actually understand it, will ya?
Frank, they found signs of cancer during the health checkup.
What? Is that true?
Well, we'd have to do a more thorough examination to know the full details. But it seems they found a type of cancer that is especially hard to treat in the colon. I think it's very surprising, but try not to worry too much about it. The treatments for cancer have become quite advanced these days, and I'm sure we'll see good results if we do the treatments.
Wow, who knew that things would go in such an unexpected turn of events? I never thought that you would get cancer in a million years. I've heard that people with colon cancer don't survive for very long, so then I guess you are going to die and ascend to the spirit world soon, right?
What did you say?
How long do you get to live exactly when you get colon cancer? Well, whatever, honestly, I don't really care. I'm not really that interested, and it doesn't really concern me, so you don't have to tell me if you don't want to. Then I guess we'll just have to go to court and file for divorce as soon as possible.
What? Go to court and file for a divorce? Are you speaking in the right state of mind? How drunk are you right now that you're saying such nonsense to me like that?
Oh, I'm not drunk at all right now. The company dinner was a big fat lie, and I'm actually enjoying myself at the moment with my girlfriend. I'm more sober than ever, alright? So you pay close attention and listen to me right now. I am not the kind of sweet, generous guy who can take care of a sick wife who has cancer, okay? I can't watch you run around in your hospital robes with all your hair falling out. I won't be able to stand for that, and I couldn't possibly be living together with you anymore, so let's just get a divorce quickly, and you can go on and get out of my house.
What? Are you being serious with me right now? You are cheating on me with another woman? It's not enough that you were cheating on me, but you want to throw me away like an old, used-up shoe just because I have cancer? Doesn't it mean anything to you that we were living together as husband and wife for over 10 years? Don't you feel any sense of loyalty as a spouse or even a fellow human being?
What are you talking about right now? I don't know what you mean with that sort of nonsense, but I can't do anything with such stupid garbage. I don't need an old woman who's ugly and wrinkly and who just got herself a death sentence to boot. What I need is my girlfriend who is 10 years younger than me, who is gorgeous and healthy and who makes me giddy just to look at her. And don't blame me, only blame yourself who couldn't even take good care of your own body and brought cancer on yourself. Anyway, you're gonna die soon and you won't be needing any money or the house once you're gone, so you can just leave the clothes on your back without taking anything else, right? Do whatever you want. If you want to go back to your parents or be a homeless person in the streets, it's your choice and your responsibility as an adult.
Well, okay, I guess you're right. If you have cancer, then you really don't need a house or money or anything of that sort, so you should just leave with the clothes on your back and nothing else. I mean, you really shouldn't take any material things that you can't even bring with you when you die, so you should just leave it all to your family.
Finally, now you understand what I'm saying, don't you? Then you'll grant me the divorce and sign the papers as quickly as possible, right? I mean, I'd rather be a divorcee than a widower because it just sounds a lot better socially, if you know what I'm saying. I don't want to have some pathetic label of a poor widower on me. You get it, right?
Fine, I will agree to the divorce. I'll pack your bags for you right away so that you can get out of the house as soon as possible. If you want to go to your girlfriend's house or sleep on the streets, I guess that's entirely your business.
Huh? What are you talking about? I thought you had colon cancer, but did the cancer already spread to your brain too? Why would I get out of my own house?
Well, you just said that the one who has cancer and who's about to die soon doesn't need anything else, so they should just leave with the clothes on their back and nothing else, didn't you? Or did you already forget what you just said?
Well, you are the one who got cancer, so you should get out, not me.
You still don't get it, do you? How you ever managed to get a job in a company and get a girl to go out with you with that level of intelligence? It's really a huge mystery for me, honestly. The one who got cancer in their health checkup results is you, not me.
Don't you dare lie to me. There's no way that I have cancer.
Well, then go and do the close inspection, then you'll know for sure, won't you? Whatever the results are, it's not really my concern in the least, but I'm just letting you know that's what the hospital told me.
Okay, fine, you got my attention. I'm heading home right away. When I get home, we can search for a hospital together and make an appointment right away. I'm sure it won't be a big deal in the end, so don't worry about it too much and just wait up for me.
Huh? What did you say? Did you used to flip burgers when you were younger or something? Because the way that you flipped your mind just now was quite awe-striking.
Hey, you know I was just kidding around just now, okay? I thought that you would be feeling a bit depressed because you had cancer, so I was trying to make a joke and cheer you up. I'm gonna excuse myself out of the company dinner right now, so just wait for me while I get home, hon. Sweetie, the close-up examination results are back. It turns out I really do have colon cancer. And the doctor told me that I only have 6 months more to live. I mean, how could I, of all people, get cancer? What kind of a crime did I commit that God wanted to take me away at such a young age? I'm not feeling ill at all and I have no pains in my body, and yet they're saying that I will be gone from this world in just half a year. Honey, what should I do now? Why aren't you saying anything, my love? Your husband just got a death sentence, so why are you just shutting up and not saying anything? Say something, anything.
I don't know, Frank. What should I say? I don't have anything to say to you. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. Can you go to the court with me tomorrow so that we can ask for a divorce? I don't want to be labeled as a woman who sucked the energy out of her husband or anything like that. Since it wouldn't look too great when I want to get remarried later, you know? You understand me, right?
I just told you that the doctor informed me that I don't have much to live because I have cancer. How can you say such cruel things to me right now in such a terrible situation? You don't feel any sense of a commitment towards your husband who you were together with for 10 years?
Aren't you the one who betrayed that commitment first? Didn't you say that you didn't need a wife that had cancer? And that you would rather live happily ever after with your new girlfriend after you divorce me as soon as possible?
Listen, I was just fooling around with her. She means nothing to me. Think of it as occasionally ordering takeout Chinese food, you know? Sometimes you want to have some sweet and sour pork when you feel bored of always eating at home. I mean, it was not even like sweet and sour pork. It was just like ordering and eating some cheap fried noodles that's become all soggy. How could I possibly compare you, who is a good, devoted wife and a wise, intelligent woman, to that tramp who I just met once in a while to pass the time?
Nah, I don't think so, Frank. I don't think I'd be very good for you either. What can I, an old, ugly woman, possibly do for you by your side while you're trying to battle cancer and fight for your life? If you want to extend your life for even one more day, then you need the fresh, bright energy of a young, pretty girl. So, just get rid of an old thing like me and get married to your lovely girlfriend. I've heard that sometimes God can even grant the wishes of the ones who's passed on. So how could he possibly refuse your wish to be with the one you truly love since you're about to die soon? I understand it all, Frank, so don't you worry about me.
Please, don't say such cruel things to me, dear. Hearing you talk like that makes my heart go chill and ice cold. There's no one in this whole wide world who I can trust except you. My so-called girlfriend blocked my number as soon as I mentioned that I've been diagnosed with colon cancer. She's a truly cold-hearted wrench if I ever met one. I know I was the bad guy here since I got tricked by her and it led me to betray you. I really did you wrong, and I know I deserve to die, but I promise that I won't betray you ever again. So can't you just forgive me this one last time and take me in as your loving husband? How can I go on alone without you, fighting cancer and facing death all by myself? The truth is, I'm really scared. So please, sweetie, please stay by my side, won't you?
If I was the one who had cancer, then you would have gotten rid of me without a second thought, correct? I know exactly what kind of person you are now. So how can I possibly live with you knowing full well the truth of who you really are? I'm sorry, Frank, but I'm not such a generous person who can take care of a husband who's betrayed me.
But I really don't have anyone else but you right now. If you turn your back on me, then I have no one else to lean on, and you know that I really have nowhere else to go. I was brought up in an orphanage, and I don't really have any family or blood relations, so if you throw me away, then what could I possibly do?
Why should I have to worry about such things when it's just going to give me a big headache, Frank? When I can just get a divorce and move back in with my parents, unlike you.
You are really going to divorce me even if I'm on my knees begging you like this?
Yes, Frank. How many times do I have to repeat myself?
Okay, fine. If that's what you really want, then I guess there's just no way around it. I don't want to hold on to someone so desperately and stoop to such low levels for someone who doesn't even want me. I don't have much more time to live anyway, so I guess I'll just be rolling around alone and then that'll be it. But since I have to go to hospitals for the cancer treatment and it'll cost me a lot of money, I can't take all of your assets, right? You're still healthy, so you can earn a lot more in the future, can't you?
What assets? We don't have anything like that.
What do you mean? Don't we have the $40,000 that we've saved up? Even if we get a divorce, then don't I get to keep half of it, which is $20,000? Don't tell me that you're going to try and take away all of the money from someone who is going to die soon. You're not some cold-blooded monster like that, are you?
What does it matter if I'm warm-blooded or cold-blooded right now? You betrayed me and cheated on me, and if we get divorced, then you have to pay me alimony anyway. But you can't really be going around with your diseased body and work to earn the money to pay for the alimony. So why don't you just give me the $20,000 instead of paying for the alimony, and we can just call it even?
What? Are you serious right now? How could you do this to me? That's the absolute worst. You're such a greedy pig of a woman who is as ugly as she is hungry for money. If I have anything that I regret in my life, it's not being able to understand why God chose to spare a selfish, egotistical, and greedy woman like you, and instead decided to take me, who grew up without parents and just suffered through life. I am filled with so much anger and anguish right now.
I don't think you have so much time to laze around and think about silly things like that. Why don't you save some of that energy instead of wasting it on such stupid things and go find a new house to live in while you still can?
Huh? What did you say? Find a new house to live in?
Yeah, why are you so surprised? Did you forget that our house was bought by my parents under my name? When we divorce, I'm going to sell the house to a real estate agency and move back to my parents' house with our daughter. So please, try to get out of the house by next week. Oh, and don't think about trapping me with the excuse of our daughter. You never played with her once or paid any real attention to her. You never even gave her a warm smile, and she told me that she doesn't have any feelings towards you. So give up everything, just sign the divorce papers, and get out of the house.
How could you do this to me? You are worse than the devil himself.
I would like to tell you the same thing, to be honest. You didn't have anything to your name, but I married you because I trusted that you'd be a good, honest person. Now I see what sort of man you really are, and that your true character is just a piece of garbage. I thought that I could help heal you since you grew up without parents, and you must have suffered deep-seated wounds. But you're the type of person who decided to stomp on and tear up to shreds my unconditional love and well-intentioned wishes for you. I hate dealing with annoying procedures, so moving forward, I'm going to hire a lawyer to take care of everything. So please talk to the lawyer instead. Afterwards, I divorced my husband and got full custody over my daughter. The betrayal and hurt I felt was as big as my love and trust used to be for him. So I never contacted my ex-husband ever again after the divorce. But since he grew up as an orphan, and he was fighting cancer while living in a very cheap housing situation, my mom went to visit him a few times and brought him some food. She even brought our daughter to say a last goodbye to him a few days before he left this world. My ex-husband looked my daughter in the eye and said he was sorry while tears rolled down his face. I was told that he passed on and his spirit went back up to the heavens not long after. He had a precious family, but he didn't realize it. Instead, he betrayed his family and he ignored his conscience, which ended up bringing a sad ending to himself.